Sorry for the extended exhale just now, but I honestly don't even know where to begin with this energy check that I wanted to do, this mini check in here. But hi, before I even jump into the details of this, if you've never been on my channel before, my name is Marjani. Nice to meet you. If you're coming back, welcome back, darling. Uh, so, can any of y'all explain to me what this is about? Because you know what? Let me stop. I will do my best to transcribe the energies that are being shown to me right now, and we will explore a bit more as much as needed when it comes to this little scenario here that we're starting off with. Okay, but just know before I jump into it officially, please, if this doesn't resonate for you at all, don't take it as if it is your story. Only you will know as you clicked on this video, right? Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? Because this is still a general reading. This is nothing personal for you. And if you feel as if, you'd like for me to read for you personally, please reach out to me. I love to have you guys. Love it. It really makes me feel so much better about just experiencing life, The more that I'm able to help people, that just brings me so much joy and excitement and fulfillment within my spirit. So to all of you who have reached out to me for readings, whether it was in recent time or just a long time ago, I still appreciate each and every one of you guys. I don't know if I've made that clear before. I probably did, but I just want to say it again. Thank you all so much, and come to me again, because this is the only kind of gossip or chit chat that I genuinely love to engage in, because it can get so deep to the point where it's just it feels never ending, because it's like once you get an answer for something, there's a question about the answer that you got, So anyway, let me stop yapping to you. I apologize. I love you guys. And thank you so much for sticking around for me to do this reading for you, okay? First of all, this is the card I got. And if you want to get on my case about me using playing cards, it's okay. You can leave. Goodbye. Because look, I could use many things to read, and I remember so vividly. I don't know why I have to bring this up. I remember so vividly where there was someone who was just so upset or just trying to figure out why they were on my video on my channel, and I'm using playing cards. Like this is crazy. And the most instinctive thing for me to do at the time was just think to myself, well, what the fuck is wrong with this person for why they're bringing this type of energy? But then I had to remind myself, ultimately, when people come to you with energy that you don't even understand, and they're just trying to, make things complicated and dramatic and just awful, they really don't know where to place their energy. Not only that, but it's it could be connected to different things. I don't want to just say jealousy, but that is one. It could be connected to envy. It could be connected to their own issues, and they're just projecting it back because they don't know what to do with it. I feel like with me talking to you about this, it has to do with this scenario. So listen up. Ultimately, I don't know where this person ended up. I only saw this message once. And this was months ago, right? This might have been a year ago. I don't even know how long ago this was. And it's to me, this person is absolutely just irrelevant to my life now. And I'm not even meaning that, saying that as something disrespectful to them. Good luck to them. I hope that they get everything that they deserve, Whether that's good or bad, it is what it is. I'm all about justice. But, that, experiences like that have really led for me to reflect a lot. Yes, in the past, when I have experienced people sort of taking out their frustrations on me, it has really crushed me, because I used to wonder, well, why are they doing this to me? What did I do for this to take place? And I had to go within and remind myself that, hey, even if you weren't doing a single thing, even if you were not alive at this point, they would still find a reason to blame you for what they're dealing with. And I know that sounds kind of morbid, but it's just like, it doesn't matter what I say, what I do, how I feel, what I decide on my own. It's just like, there are going to be people who will have a problem. Okay, they will have a problem, because I don't want to just say it's in their nature, but again, people are just walking around on this planet as if it makes sense to blame other people for their problems, because it's just easier. It's easier to neglect yourself, your needs, and what you need to repair and heal within yourself. It's easier to just deny all of that, deny yourself all of that, and just be angry at the world, be angry at anybody you get a chance to do that towards, because it doesn't require any sort of self-accountability, reflection, ownership, and I'm feeling like this vibe, it comes off like, when people are online, they have like this really either like a really obscure profile, or their profile doesn't have anything on it, right? Excuse me, and don't judge me, I don't have anything on my profile like that. Well, not much, but whatever. It's like they don't show their personality very much. They might have like a anime profile picture or something. It's just not them. It's not them, right? Their profile isn't like showing aspects of who this person is. And then they will go out into the webs, and they will make like the most ridiculous comments that sometimes you'll read them and be confused as to whether or not they're joking, or if they're really making threats. It's kind of insane when you think about it, when you just sit and think about it. When people have the time to hate you, let me just say this, or like throw hateful speech or energy in your direction, it's one thing if there's some sort of constructive criticism there, but it's a whole other thing if they just want to disrespect you, right? And I'm not saying you don't have to, like, you have to take these things when it happens. You always have to remind yourself that you are intelligent, you are self-aware, you have gone through more than enough, right? To the point where you don't need to tolerate anything that you don't approve of, what you don't like, what does not work for you, right? If anybody approaches you like this, you could say to yourself, well, I don't claim that. I don't claim your negativity. I don't claim, this fight that you're trying to ensue with me. There's no fight between us. There's no competition. The only person I compete with is myself. Already, this is a lot. I don't know where all of this is coming from. I apologize if this feels like a drag. But for you guys that have been here long enough, you know how it gets, right? And I wouldn't be talking if I didn't need to explain these things to you, okay? So, I have to wonder what is really taking place here. Because, look, we have the Queen of Spades and we have the King of Spades at the end here, right? I pulled these cards from on top the playing cards deck. I pulled this from the top, right? This was the first one. And I was already talking about The whole idea of people just trying to paint this negative narrative onto you, right? Or trying to sort of, with this 5 of clubs combined with this 7 of spades, look at all the spades energy. It feels, this especially with these two together, feels so manipulative, as if they're trying to paint a narrative that goes in their favor so that they can be seen as better than you, or they can be seen as even like the victim here, given that we have the King of Swords here, which could represent someone who has also gone through a lot, who can be more so on the defense. This is someone who will utilize words and sort of, yeah, I want to say like mental games, if it's necessary, right? If this was like in a reverse position, I would say like mental games and things like that. But just given the energy that we're working with, it might as well be in reverse. But of course, these cards can't just reverse. So I'm just saying, this energy is already off. And I want to know who this is. I don't know who this is to you. This could be, honestly, just given the vibe and the fact that, you know, this is a matched element, right? I could go in the direction of saying that there was something, and I want to say was. I don't want to say that it is, to be honest. But this was something where you and this individual had like a mutual understanding of each other. You know, you'd be able to talk, you'd be able to engage together, and there would be some level of understanding. It was mutual. It wasn't like one-sided. And at some point, something went wrong. And I'm being led to believe that this individual here decided that they would make it seem like you were the problem, or you're the reason that they're a victim. I just saw 1221. I've been seeing that number. I've been seeing a lot of synchronicities, but take that if it resonates. But I feel like I need to know more about what really going on here. Again, this can be an ex. This can be anybody. Honestly, now that I think about it, this could be a family member. This could be a friend. But I'm wondering what we're going to get through this reading. We're gonna have to explore some more before I could continue yapping your head off. Okay, so hold on. I'm being led to look underneath the deck. Are you serious? Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles here, the King of Diamonds, right? Okay. I want to say that you don't really see, and I want to say just yet, you don't really see just yet how interacting with someone, and I'm getting like there's a familiarity here. So I don't want to just presume it's a man that I'm talking about. This could be a woman as well. Again, flip the rules if you feel like you need to do this here. Okay, I'm sort of just gonna go along the vibe that's being shown. But let me just say this. With you being met with someone who has integrity, someone who doesn't just have pride in a way that just holds them up or keeps them together. They genuinely have things that they can be proud of, and they're not toxic. It's what I'm getting. They're not they don't have a reason to feel as if they need to lower you or devalue you. They don't have a reason for that. They have everything that they need. This person, whoever this is here, has everything that they need. They don't need to go in your direction and try to make you seem like something that you're not in order to feel better about themselves, or in order to justify, you know, the thoughts that provoke them in the nighttime. I don't know what's going on with this person here, but it just seems like there was some kind of tension, and it's still here. And it's in connection to them. So, I mean, you could always tell me in the comments like what this is about, what this is connected to. Because like I said, this doesn't necessarily have to be anything romantic. This could just be you connecting with another person, a friend, a acquaintance, something. But of course, take what resonates, okay? I'm not going to limit what this is here. Sorry, my team is kind of nudging me. Okay. So underneath the deck, King of Pentacles, right? Or King of Diamonds, 6 of Spades, 10 of Wands, or 10 of Clubs. And we have the 3 of Hearts here. There's someone who... I really feel like there's someone who deserved better. Who deserved to be recognized. But they decided to remove themselves. Is this a third party scenario here? Like there's 3 people involved for real? Okay. Okay. It was too much for this person. I don't want to say that you may have looked onto this individual. You might know, like this might be a whole friendship circle. This might be a whole relationship thing. Some kind of drama, but it feels like I'm going to do my best to keep this so like open-ended so you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not getting too specific because I feel like there's so many ways I can go with this. There's someone here who deserved better. I don't know how else to say it. Now it just feels like whoever this is, they may have disrespected you. They may have disrespected this person as well. Or it could have just been that this person disrespected you, or is not showing you what you deserve, right? And they're trying to compete with you. They're lying on you. And this person, whomsoever they are, they don't have time for this. This tra-la-la, whatever this is. So I'm just here like, well, okay, now what? This person couldn't handle seeing what was going on or hearing what was being said. And you realize it's the same elements, right? Spades and then clubs. This one is at the end, this one is at the beginning. This king here is hiding in the shadows, trying to make it seem like they're not doing what they're doing. This king, on the other hand, is straightforward, up front, not hiding from anything because they have no reason to hide. This one has integrity. This one is a coward. So, should I get a card to sort of represent what this is really? No. Leaving it open-ended. You could tell me what this really resonates as for you, because I'm kind of amazed at all we have here. So, okay, Spirit. Well, what exactly do I need to do here for the collective? Do I need to look into what is being done here? Okay, tarot or something else? Which deck should I use? Yeah, okay. So let's talk about this tra-la-la, what's being said, what's being done, what this sort of manipulative energy is in your direction. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Didn't expect to see something like this, but we are going to see it through together, babe. All right. All right, Spirit, talk to me about this 7 of Spades, please. What is this about? To be honest, tell me the truth. Thank you. And we have the two of, whoa. And we have the two of wands, and it came out reversed, right? I just saw 2002. 2002. There's a lot of like reflective energies showing up. Ah, boy. Okay. You take that as you will. I don't even want to get into that. Okay. So we have the two of wands in reverse, right? This is being represented in a way where this person, I'm getting something about they were quick to make a decision that was uncalled for. Like they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to behave like that. And with the Knight of Swords, this could be some form of communication where they might have said things on you that was just plain wrong. It was disrespectful. It was made up. It was something just cruel. Because there was something that they want. What do they want? There was something that they wanted before you, or they wanted above you. All right. So what exactly was it that they wanted? What do they want to be projecting this type of vibe for real? What do they want from the collective? Oh, and we have the King of Wands. They wanted power. They wanted power, and I feel like, oh, let me have the Three of Cups here again. They didn't know how to achieve power without doing what they did in your direction or saying what they did about you. 2211, as I'm saying this, they didn't know. They didn't know how to get that power that they wanted to embody. And I'm getting something about looks as well. Like there's certain things that you do. I'm getting like upkeep. You just take care of yourself in a specific way, and you seem to have things under control when it comes to your life, and it shows, right? But like with them, they're giving off a vibe where it's like they feel as if they have to go beneath the belt in order to get people to not look at you with respect, with dignity, with honor, consideration. So they would lie on you and make it seem, well, like you did this to them, or this is what you've done in general. And not only that, but sort of hype themselves up. On top of that, to say, well, I can do it better than the collective can. What? I can do it better than the collective can. I'm more attractive. I have more going for myself. I can do this better. That's why I felt like mentioning that whole thing at the beginning. It's like a jealous vibe, and like I said, I feel like this is it's not like a stranger. This is somebody you know. You might know this person through a friend, or this might be one of your friends or something. This might be a co-worker. This might be a family member. But ultimately, from what I'm gathering, it has to do with, people who you have spent time with, and you've had good times with. It's not even to say that they weren't good times, but it just seemed like this person's energy just kind of grew into something else. Wow, and we have the Ten of Swords on top of the deck, and Two of Swords as well. It's almost like they felt like they couldn't get what they want. They They couldn't get what they wanted because you, almost like you were worthy of something, or you were gifted something, or you were seen in a very specific way, and they were made aware of this, so they tried to sort of make it seem like, well, you're not deserving of that recognition, you're not deserving of that respect. This person don't have no common sense. Sorry, but let me try and break this down in the best way I could. They feel like if they can't be recognized as being attractive, as being capable, being able to do things right, it's very depressing for them. Okay. And it's like, once this person's depressed, but they're desperate too. And because they're so depressed and they're so beaten down in general, they're not taking the time to recognize what they need to within themselves and to check themselves, to be more self-aware. Wasn't I talking about this? This person is not self-aware, and because of that, they would rather lash out instead of deal with their thoughts, deal with their problems, deal with their issues, and stop blaming themselves, because ultimately this person blames themselves for certain things that have transpired. Oh God, they need help. And instead of addressing that, or even trying to make the moves to try and address it, they would rather blame you or make it seem like it's your fault. Ooh, what's this? Did I keep this? No. Okay. Anything else you want me to know about this particular individual in regards to the collective? What else do I need to say in connection to this person? Now we have the Four of Wands. What is going on? Is this a fire sign? Because we're getting a lot of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here, but specifically Aries. A little Leo, but specifically Aries. So they might have like a moon sign in a fire sign. They might have their moon in a fire sign. I'm sorry. Or like a specific position in their birth chart that's a fire sign. Because it just seems like they're so vengeful. And I'm not saying that people who have fire in their chart can be or just like naturally vengeful. But it seems like they're in such a low state that is just what's being reflected in that particular energy. I don't know how to make sense of that. It's like, okay, with all the signs, they all carry a very specific energy when it comes to when they're being positive, or when they are healed, when they are high vibrational, when things are going well, they give off a specific energy. When things are not going well, there are negative traits that they push out as well. So with fire signs, let's just say anger issues is a thing, but that's not like the worst thing in the world, and feeling like you need to get revenge on somebody. Honestly, as much as I can understand it, it's not exactly helpful to the person who wants the revenge. Of course, it might feel like that at the time. Excuse me. But it's just like, especially when it's not justified, it's just not, it doesn't build any good karma for you, I'm very curious as to why the Four of Wands is here though. Is this someone that you dated for real? For some of you, was this someone you were literally married to? Because, the Queen and the King of Swords being together here can represent, a divorced couple, or there being a clear separation between the two. And just with all this beforehand, it just feels like this is somebody who you dealt up with, or you're still connected to on some level. What is going on? What's happening, guys? Look, and we have the King of Pentacles. What? What? What's going on, guys? For real. For real, for real, for real. What is this? White Newman. Okay, so... Right. Is this something that they... As I could detect, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Alright, I need another playing card. Can I use the other deck for this? Because... Or should I use another tarot deck? Nope. Playing deck. Okay. I'll use my Minecraft playing cards because why not? Is that alright? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Fun stuff. Okay. I need to understand what's going on here. Spirit, what is this about? Thank you. All right. This is... Oh my God. It's coming off like they wanted to be that person who had everything under control. You know, who had all the security, safety within their life. You know, they built certain things, they've established themselves, you know, like they wanted to be that person. That's what they want, right? In order to be there for you. Because it's giving me like, this is a love thing. Ugh. But look, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It just comes off like that. They want to be there for you, and because they couldn't be there for... This is about insecurity. Are you kidding me? Don't piss me off. Seriously. Oh my gosh, guys. Clarify this for once, please. Clarify this shit. Sorry. Four of Pentacles. Oh my God. They want... It's giving like... They wanted to be in control of how you enjoy them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? They wanted to be in control of how you enjoy them. Because of what they can provide, because of just how amazing they are, you know, what they're able to do, even though they can't fucking do it. It's what it's giving. They're just not that person. They're just not the one. They're not the guy. They're not the girl. They're not that guy. They're not that girl. You know? And it's just like... This is giving that it's all about control for this person. This is all about control. They want to be the ones who are dictating the joy in what takes place. And it's like, it doesn't feel like it's just between them and you. It's between you, them, and anybody else who's around. So help me God. Cut the deck and we have the Five of Spades. Telling you, this is somebody. Look. Hey, hold on. Hey. I know this is not the same energy, but it's look. 75. Are you kidding me? And look, we have another 5. Look, I mean, this person. This is the type of individual who will say and do whatever in order to fend for themselves. This is giving narcissistic energy to me. I know the energy because I've dealt with the energy before. And with me cutting the deck, and that's the exact vibe that's being represented here. Oh, no. No, for sure. No, I know. Oh, God. That's gross, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's like the more you learn to love yourself, the more that you heal, the more that you recognize what you shouldn't be tolerated, is the more that you're just disturbed by people like this. But of course, perhaps in the beginning of a connection, beginning of a friendship, or you just, like, you might have grown up with this person, or you've experienced being around narcissistic people. I'm just going to go along with that because that's the energy I'm getting very strongly. That they're just not, they're not giving off empathetic, they're giving that they don't recognize empathy as a thing. They recognize playing people as pawns in a game. Chess. Like, they play games with people's lives, with their feelings. I just don't like this person, whoever this is. I don't like this person. Okay. Right. All right. So now, should I get into this King of Pentacles energy? Because it just seems like who this is here is someone else entirely who just was not going to tolerate something like this. They have better things to do with their life. So I'm here like, well, what's going on? What is going on, Spirit? Can you highlight for me what this is about with this King of Pentacles? I'm just wondering here what this means to you, what this scenario means to you. Is this two people that you just knew? Is this like two romantic interests? I'm at a loss. Again, take it how it resonates. I'm not going to fill any blanks for that, because I'll be here whole night if I try to do that. Thank you. I'm keeping that, right? Okay. So, what is with this person now? We have the Magician. Ooh. And underneath the deck we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. Well, basically, from what I'm gathering here, yeah. Do I have to go in both directions with that? Okay. For some of you, this represents a person who has been in your life but did not get the representation, the respect, the recognition that they were deserving of at the time, is what I'm getting. Because something transpired. Look, they didn't get what they deserved, so they left. Right? Or they took their distance. They stepped back. They focused on work. They focused on building themselves, establishing themselves, protecting their energy and peace, really. For others of you, this represents someone who, it's like I'm getting that this, for some of you, I don't know who I'm talking to here, but this represents a person who isn't even in your life yet. But this is the type of person that you would want to experience in your life. This is the type of energy you would want to hold dear to you. But the thing is, unless, and now again, don't take this if it doesn't resonate, unless you are willing to release this person, whomsoever this is at the top here, you release, you remove yourself from this person, you detach from this person, you disconnect, you move on from them, that's when you'll be able to manifest someone who has more structure, who has more dignity, integrity, someone who can show respect, because that's what they represent, that's the energy they represent. they're a quality person, if you want to bring a quality person into your life, experience into your life, you're going to have to drop the baggage. And that involves whomsoever this is in your life, whoever this vibe represents to you. In order for this to really be materialized and you can see for yourself that I want to say, like, dreams do come true and things really can work out. And there would be an opportunity for you to connect with someone who is worthwhile. So again, take whichever resonates for you. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. Okay? I love you guys. I'm just saying. If you want me to get more into details about anything, just reach out to me, please, because y'all know this general stuff is stressful for me. All right. So do I need to get more? I need to get more. I just okay. Yeah, all right. So I just sort of need to demonstrate something for you. So let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. Is this it? So we have the Judgment card. I'm not surprised. And we have the Page of Swords that came out crossed. Why? What is that? Underneath the deck, we have the Chariot card. Okay. Okay. Air energy is sticking out pretty strong. And there's a hint of water energy as well. Okay. Got a little Aquarius. Libra, sure. A little Gemini, but it's like I'm not really getting a solid energy there. Oh yeah, definitely Aquarius is here, but okay. Taking a deep breath. Do I need to clarify that? Okay, I gotta clarify it. So, as I cut the deck, 6 of Spades. It's right here. Again, repeating signs. I feel like I need to say that because you shouldn't miss the signs. Don't ignore the signs. Somebody needs to hear that. Don't ignore the signs, okay? Clarify this Page of Swords energy, please. Coming across, what is that? 7 of Wands. Oh, I see. And we have the Queen of Diamonds here. This person, if you know this person, let me just tell you straight up. It's like they want to check in on you, they want to connect with you, talk to you, but it's like, again, they're keeping their distance, and they know that they need to keep their distance here. They know full well, because they don't want to be caught up in any funny business with what you have going on or what you're dealing with. Whoever this is, they seem very intuitive, or just very tapped in. Let me just say that. So they don't want to make themselves vulnerable here, because they want to protect their peace. That's very important to this person. Now, for those of you who don't know this person, you don't have a clue who I'm talking about, right? This all could be connected to some sort of possibility in connecting with someone new here, right? For you, it's like, it seems as if, let me just put it in terms that would make this so easy to understand. The universe is not really going to allow this person to shoot their shot in your direction if there is no peace. If there's no space for there to be peace so that they could be guided in the direction of trying to reach out to you or finding you eventually. If that isn't a thing, then sure, there might be hints, there might be signals, You and this person might even meet each other, or you might be in the same area together at a certain point, but you wouldn't meet, you wouldn't connect. There wouldn't be a spark brought in to where you can begin some kind of connection with this person that you don't know, until there is peace, there's resolve, right? I hope I'm making sense here. Yeah, am I making sense? Did I leave that out? Okay, good. Until there's healing being done on your end. And I'm not trying to blame you for what this person is doing. Okay? I'm trying to emphasize on what you are able to control in your own life. Right? Oh my God. Sorry. Let me get one more for this mysterious King of Pentacles energy. I'm saying mysterious because I really, I'm at a loss with all of this. There's so much going on. Do I keep these? Yes or no? No. Is it relevant? No. Put it back. Okay. All right. It was too much. Okay. All right. Let's get one more, please. Just like this, right? Okay. Queen of Swords. Wait. There's way too much synchronicities going on here. A bit too much. But I feel like I'm needing to tell you that it all leads back to you and what you want. And what you declare and what you are open to. And what you're not open to. What you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate. Because the Queen of Swords is someone who does not tolerate BS. Right? If you read tarot, you know this. If you don't, I'm telling you. The Queen of Swords is a no BS type of person, who is going to make things very clear for themselves and for others if needed. And it seems like, regardless if you know this person or not, who this is, whether they needed to step back from a scenario that is going on now, or this is someone who hasn't even been able to come into your life because of baggage that you need to empty, garbage you need to throw out, right? It seems like this is the time, this is your call here to decide what is right for you. Don't look with this Two of Wands coming out first for this person, whosoever they are. See how it came out reversed? They are not in control here of how you live your life and how you want things to be. I feel like this person is, honestly, it almost comes off like if they were into like magic, if they were into spell work, things like that, they would go in the direction of trying to do some kind of what do they call that, where they would want to literally take on the life that you have in order to get what you want, or to get what is coming for you, the blessings that are coming for you. Something like a switching, like a life switching thing. I'm just getting like imagery. I'm not getting words right now. I'm sorry. My vocabulary is struggling right now. But I would like to think that you know what I'm talking about. A life swap. Like they would want to swap lives with you. If they were into that sort of thing, honestly, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised with this type of energy if they have tried something like that. By lying on your name. By being disrespectful. By thinking that this whole thing is a competition. When it's clearly not. You don't need to compete with anybody. Underneath the deck, we have the Two of Cups. In order for, and I'm just going to say this for those who this resonates for in a romantic sense. In order for there to be a mutual loving connection between you and another person, whether it's romantic or not, honestly, you must learn to love yourself. I'm not saying that you just leave yourself vulnerable or you put yourself in compromising positions in order to be shown respect or love or appreciation, compassion on some level, and you just have to tolerate a lot of nonsense in return or at the same time. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is you show yourself the love that you deserve. You show yourself the respect that you know you deserve. The thing is, I feel like with everything that you've dealt with, it's hard for you to conceptualize how you can do that for yourself. So you would look outside of yourself to validate certain beliefs that you carry about your worthiness or your value, whether or not you would admit that. I'm just saying, if you found this video and you've been resonating with it so far, you know what I'm saying is necessary to point out. By no means disrespect to you at all. This is so that you can face what is needed for your healing, your development, your growth, your evolution, your expansion, so that you can continue to rise as a divine being. You are not just here to deal with the bullshit that you dealt with. You know? You deserve to be loved. You deserve to, have connections that are really valuable, that are healing, that are helpful. People who can be loyal to you. People who won't go behind your back because they feel like everything is a competition. So they will beat on you, or they will, and I'm not trying to make this difficult to take in, but they will do whatever it takes in order to convince you that you don't have enough power so they can reign, or so that they can feel more empowered within themselves. That is so cowardly, and it's just so desperate to me. That comes off so desperate to me when people move like this. And I feel like I need for you to understand that. It's the worst dealing with people like this. They will pretend in people's faces and act like they're so nice. And behind the scenes, they're doing all sorts of dark shit. Just nasty types of people. And it's unfortunate, because I try my best not to be closed off to people who are honestly just really misunderstood. But there are types of people who don't care to be understood. All they can really do is create drama. Like, that's what they're comfortable with. That's what they feel like they can thrive from, because they don't have anything else going for them. When I think of someone who's a lowlife, this type of person is a fucking lowlife. Anyone who you could attach the adjective of being narcissistic to is a lowlife to me. I didn't expect to get annoyed like this, but I am. Oh my God, and I was gonna comment on this type of energy too as I cut the deck. But yeah, it's just like, I swear, there are people out on this planet right now who do not seem like human beings to me. They seem like they're either possessed, or they are literally not human to me, or they don't have a soul. This is the energy I'm getting off of this person, and I wish I was kidding. But you know what? Is there anything else I need to clarify? No. I want to do something for you before I go, which is to give you a message that you can embrace as you move forward with your life and you deal with what you have to deal with in your journey. Spirit, what can we give the collective right now? Yeah, honestly, yes. Is there anything else? You just want me to do that? Okay. So I'm just gonna leave this really simple. As I cut the deck, it's your weirdness that makes you wonderful. Don't you know this? I feel like you don't. I feel like you don't. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't, because especially with the things that you've had to experience, what you've tolerated, what you have witnessed for yourself, and how people have been in your direction, I feel like you have been sort of led to feel like the quirks that you have are things that you need to keep buried or hidden away. And it wouldn't surprise me if this person tried to make it seem like who you are is just like a joke, or it's not reasonable to be this way or whatever, you know? But the fact that you're alive is all the reason to be who you are, okay? Especially when there are people like this. Especially when there are people who are doing whatever they want and they're using people. Shit, by all means, be yourself. Be yourself. It's gonna be okay. Those who are meant to be in your life will be there. I can assure you of this. I have experienced this for myself. The minute that people who no longer served me, who were just dragging down my spirit, the minute that they were gone, I kid you not, they were almost like replaced with people who were more on my level, or more, let's just say, enlightened, or more open-minded, more spiritual, more considerate. You know, they had big hearts. You know, they were caring people. And I know sometimes it feels like, you know, these types of people are hard to come by. I get that for real. And it really can feel like that sometimes. But I'm telling you, the more that you do good by yourself, you do good by you, and you treat yourself well, is the more you sort of elevate and raise your vibration enough to where you will meet people who are on that same high vibration, who will treat you well. I promise you. It's just inevitable. That's how energy works. You understand? You do not need to embrace BS for anybody. You don't. You won't. You shan't. You won't. Okay. You have survived every day of your life so far. You really think today will be the one that defeats you? This card is just really meant to sort of remind you that you're powerful. You're powerful, darling. Okay? You've gone through so much. I've told you this already. Don't think that with me talking about this stuff, or with you going through these experiences, that this isn't something that you can't handle. Of course you can. Wake up. Of course you can. Are you kidding? Of course you can. Okay? And you will. This sort of instance, this situation, these circumstances are not going to keep you down. Or this is just all you can tolerate. No. Everything will be okay. Because look at what you already had to deal with. Look at what you've been able to overcome already. So don't fool yourself into thinking that, you know, you're just going to have to keep your how do I say this? You're going to have to keep yourself on guard and be on the defense and keep people away. Because for some of you, you keep people away, right? For some of you, you've pushed this person here, this King of Pentacles here, you've pushed them away. You will know who you are, right? But just in general, that type of energy for people who are on that level of frequency, that vibration, you didn't want to interact with people like that. Maybe somewhere in your subconscious, you didn't believe that, you know, they were being true to you, or that was really who they were. Or they held that strong sense of loyalty, integrity, compassion. They had their stuff together. somewhere in your head you probably didn't believe that. So you disconnected from them, or they knew that this wasn't going to work because you weren't on the same vibe. You understand? But understand that things can get better. This is not the lowest point. Trust me. You can get up from this. You can rise from this, is what I'm saying. Your speed doesn't matter. Forward is forward. Keep pushing on. Okay? It doesn't matter what tiny steps, what baby steps you feel like you need to do, or what you can do. One thing at a time is fine. And once you get used to that one thing that you implement in your life, and you're seeing the changes, you're feeling it within yourself, and you're ready to implement something else, then you'll have more things that you can do to progress and to heal and to love yourself. You know, you've been doing a great job considering all you've been up against. Ain't that the truth? Let's get one more, please. Is one more good? Yeah, let's get one. And then I'll leave you alone. I hope that this resonated for you, because honestly, I know I don't be doing these readings for nothing. And I'm just so glad that you allowed for me to read for you. And you just seem like such a strong person. And you deserve so much better. And I'm just glad that I could be here with you. Even if it's just like a online friend. Oh, jeez, sorry. Whatever you manage to do today will be enough. So don't beat yourself up if there's certain things that you really can't keep up with, or you weren't able to get certain things done, is what I'm getting. If you're not able to get everything done at a certain point, don't be so hard on yourself. Everything that you're able to do is enough, okay? It's more than enough. You are important, you matter. And that is that's just it. You need to know that. You need to know that. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to be loved. Regardless of what anybody else has tried to make it seem like. As though all that bullshit was justified. It wasn't justified. You deserved better, and you're going to get better the more that you push forward and you love yourself. And you reject those who try to bring you down, try to demean you. It's not worth it. You know? You are strong enough. That's right. Because you are. Trying your best is all that matters. The rest will fall into place. With that, honestly, I'm leaving it there. Okay? So, guys, this was a very eventful reading. Like I said before, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please do feel free to like this video if you want to support my channel, or because you simply like being here with me. Thank you in general, regardless of what you do. I appreciate you so much. Subscribe if you haven't. Much love to you, of course. And please take care of yourself. You're doing an amazing job. I'm so proud of you, okay? And yeah, that is it. That is all. Bye-bye.